Shalom, one itself, source by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, El Ba'ashem, Kodash, double honors to the Apostle of Great Millstone, and honors to brothers doing the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. Yahweh's real name, of whom the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah, or Yahweh. His real name is Yahweh. His son's true name is Yahweh Shai, and when we pray Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, meaning in, her meaning the, and Sham, meaning names Yahweh, and the name of Yahweh Shai. Real quick, just a quick one because I basically wanted to pin a comment on this channel on a different video that I was doing, and YouTube was like, oh yeah, you haven't got access to advanced features, unlock it with a video or unlock it with valid ID, and I'm just like, wait, I ain't gonna. At first, I was like, I ain't gonna use valid ID. Let me do a video. But then as I was about to do the video, I was like, wait there, but them videos are used effectively for biometrics. Now, I don't know how it is in the States, but in the UK, when we do KYC, which basically means know your customer, when we do KYC, right, one of the things that you may be requested to do is like a video, right, just to basically map the biometrics. So I was like, wait there, I ain't even going to do that, right? Because ultimately what he's getting ready to do, he's basically getting ready to put this all, behind a system. Right? We're going to find out exactly the ins and outs of this system that is being prepared. But we understand that, these things that were written really come into pass. Right? This is Habakkuk 2 and 3. Right, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And will come, it will not tarry. Right, so all the different prophecies that are speaking about, the MOTB, the end of this man's kingdom, right? They're not tarrying anymore, right? We're in that season, right? Lord's will 2025 be the year that these things come to pass, right? When it says it will not tarry, basically means it will come. Right, in the flesh, it may seem like it's taking a long time, but it really isn't. Okay, so yeah, when we're looking at all of this, so let's read this advanced features. If you're an active YouTube creator who has already established sufficient channel history, you probably automatically qualify for advanced features. Bear in mind, if you want to unlock advanced features straight away, you can verify your ID using a valid ID or video. Right, learn more about how this verification info is used. Right, and then it says community guidance. So that's what would have happened. We've got a strike or something like that, and then it's like, oh well, we need to know who you are, right? But once again, all of these things are just there for the purposes of building, basically requiring access, right, requiring authentication to have access to the internet. Right now, you had that. Something the Spirit always has me speak about, which is this. This is Elon Musk wants to order. This is from CNN back in 2022, right, when Elon Musk bought Twitter, right, and he says Elon Musk wants to authenticate all real humans on Twitter. Here's what that could mean, right? You can read into the article, right? Now, understanding that this man is planning to effectively move, what's the word I'm looking for? To basically make Twitter, they call it X now, but I keep calling it Twitter, right? But basically, they want to have like an everything app, right? Which when you're then saying you want to authenticate everyone, that means when you're going on there, it knows who you are, right? It knows when you're having to leave a bank card, that basically leaves a fingerprint, right? So they know, okay, you're such and such person. It can all be traced, right? Because basically, he wants to make himself into a god, right, by way of his different technologies, right? It's Ezekiel 28. From the top says, the word of Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up. And thou hast said, I am a god. I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of God. Behold, and let me break that down, Salaki, right? So it's this say unto the prince of Tyrus, the modern day prince of Tyrus, right? Is this Edom, right? It says, thus saith the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up, right? All right, that's Esau's pride, right? The fact that he thinks that he can make himself into a god, okay? Whereas the thing is, he cannot, right? The Most High is the one that has basically put him and given him, this power, right? This is Daniel 2:21. It says, and he changeth times and seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. Right? He says he giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. Right? So the Most High is the one that sets up kings. Right? And Daniel 4:17 also says, this matters by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the liver may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whomsoever he will. Right? So the Most High is the one that's in control of this thing. Right? The Most High puts one person in power, but look, the very fact that, the children of Israel are in the position that we're in is because of the Most High, right? This is Ecclesiastes 10, is it 7? Yep, 10 and 7. It says, I have seen servants upon horses, right, and princes walking as servants upon the earth, right? So who are those princes, right? Yasha Ali, he Prince Power, right? We basically, that's referring to the children of Israel, right? And when you you look at the blessings, these different nations, they're supposed to be serving us, yet here it is, we're serving them, right? And that's why when each year we do these New Year's Eve of destruction, right? Whenever we talk about the end of this man's kingdom, right? That's because we're waiting for that correction, right? This is Second Ezra 6, and where should I start from? I'll start from 54. It says, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen, all those are the Israelites, right? It says, all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people, which also came of Adam, right, who thou hast said that they are nothing but be like unto spittle, and as like in the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. Right? It says, and now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world, right, including these heathens, right, they may now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? Right, and that's the question, that we're asking. It's like, hey, Lord, how much longer? Right, but as we open up with Habakkuk, right, the vision is yet from the point of time, but at the end it shall speak, it will not tarry, right? So we just have to, what does it say? In your patience possess you your souls, and that's what we're doing. We're just waiting. We're waiting for the Lord to do His thing, for prophecies to come to pass, and time's moving quick, right? That's what Matthew 24:22. Right, except those days be shortened, right? They shall no flesh be saved. So, and that's just it, right? We are, approaching, right, the end of this man's kingdom quicker, than we can really think of. I forgot who was saying. I was watching, I know it was one of the elders, I think it was Camp. I forget where, but the statement made was like, years ain't what they used to be back in the day, right? Time is moving quick, right? So it's only really now a short amount of time, before we're out of this place. Right? If we think back to around about this time last year, Japan, I think it was like last year, I remember Japan getting hit by a massive earthquake, right? And then also the plane crash, right, in Japan's airport, where you had like two planes hitting each other. So when you're, imagine that was a whole year ago, but it kind of feels like it was almost like yesterday, but feels like a long time ago. So time is different now, okay? But all of that to say, to say this, these different heathens, right, they're in the position they're in because the Most High put them in that position. Okay, so let's finish this back in Daniel 4:17. It says, this matters by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the liver may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men. And that's this Edomite. Okay, he is the basest of men. Okay, right, and the Most High is the one that put him in that position. Right, so when we go back in Ezekiel 28:2, let's say, it says, Son of man, son to Prince of Tyrus, right, that's the modern day, that's this Edomite. It says, thus saith the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God, right? I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of God, right? So he basically thinks of himself as a god. So when he's talking about authenticating everyone, it's so that he can track everyone, right? One of the attributes given to the Most High is basically being omniscient, right? Omni, all scient, science, knowing, right? So all knowing, right? That's what Esau's trying to do by way of his, by way of his technology. But that's why the scripture says this, 2 Corinthians 2:11, let's say then should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right, in this word here, right, Noema G3540, right, it says a perception, i.e. purpose, or by implication, intellect, disposition, device, mind, thought, right, and point two, an evil purpose, right. So that's what this man is basically putting together. He's putting together his evil purpose, right, which, we understand is not going to come to fruition. We understand that it is going to fail, okay. So, and then, just ending off of this, Revelation 13:16, right? And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? And when it says all, it literally means all, right? You'll get people that, think, selling out to E is going to keep them safe, and they can enjoy the riches of this world and they're going to be safe. No, you go, when it says rich and poor, right? Whether you're a rich man, or whether you're the average Joe, right? He's gonna basically put this pressure up on everyone. That's why scriptures speak about the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, and in Daniel it speaks about a time like never before. So it goes on to saying that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you ain't gonna be able to maneuver in this society, right, without having, embracing this technology, basically. And when you look into the different technology, when you look into the different systems and stuff like that, right, these systems are in place. In some places in the world, it's more abundant, not abundant, but more obvious than in other places, right? But we're still building it here in the West. It's just coming in, because in the West, things have to come in a certain way. Things have to be, gradualism, whereas in other countries you can just kind of be a bit more blunt with it. The people in those countries are used to their governments being a lot more just, this is what it is, right? But once again, when you're seeing all of these media companies, social media companies and internet companies basically saying, hey, you're going to need to show us your ID. That ID is going to be linked into this system. Oh, you watched that video, that means you're XYZ. Oh, you've watched that video, that means you're XYZ. Okay. So, like I said, just a quick one. And yeah, as always, Lord, I was edifying. Till next time we say Shalom.